Today we're going to explore the island's history by visiting one of its older buildings. But first, time to fill up on a big breakfast.
This is a kayak. And
Hey kids, today we're going to climb the highest mountain in the Bahamas. Are you ready? It's 206 feet. Let's go. Along the way, Tony points out the Stations of the Cross imported by the monk who built the Hermitage.
Now,
someone carved them.
He built them. He's been all over the Bahamas building churches, and he ended up on Cat Island and decided this was the place he wanted to stay. It was the most beautiful thing he'd seen. And he built his Hermitage up here.
Guys, the door, and it's open.
Over here we have his passageway from his chapel to his living quarters. Money boxes overflowing.
Passageway. Secret one. Goes into another room.
This is his kitchen. These are his guest accommodations. Should you be willing to come and spend some time with the priest up here, this is where you stayed. So he was there to help with whatever problems were encountered here. So he was really a very philanthropic guy.
And at the base of the hill, Tony introduces us to some locals who show us what's on the menu for the day.
I'm going to do peas and rice. We grow this and we boil this to cook with. This is what we put in the pot for tomato paste instead of tomato paste. No, the rice in and boils. What for you, sweetie?
And they try a local treat.
You don't like pineapple soda?
Sour.
Stopping in at roadside restaurants like this give a true, authentic travel experience. And it's something for the kids to see. Back at the resort, we find another local snack, grown here fresh on the trees. All right, kids, don't try this at home. Machete, coconut, lunch. You ready, Seamus? How come on Survivor they must have like pre-cracked coconuts?
Nice afternoon treat.
Cracked it. Perfect.
After a bit more beach time, we head out on one of the resort's whaler ships to check out the estuary just down the coast. In the shallow waters here, it's easy to spot wildlife. I never knew turtles could go so fast. And he even lets the boys steer the boat.
Back at the resort, we pause in the lobby for a little happy hour with live music and games for the kids, and Tony gives us a bit more of his family history. It turns out his family is one of those that Chad had mentioned back on Grand Bahama.
I am the last living heir of the direct descendants of the Loyalists that left the Carolinas. Our family had 5 plantation houses here on the island. They had a horse, maybe a carriage, that's how they got around.
Down on the beach, I watch the sun sink from the paling sky, and I think how little Cat Island has changed since then. It is still very sparsely populated, and while the horses have been replaced with cars, they are still few and far between. Children are still free to roam and play, and neighbors still invite you in for tea. As I watch the sky turn a jolting shade of red and the sun sink over the broad horizon, I think about how different each island in the Bahamas is, from the soaring resorts of Nassau to the shopping centers battling national parks of Grand Bahama to Cat Island, where, as Tony says, you can stop your life for just a little while and take a deep breath and relax.